In segment 3, we're going to talk about the 2-0 teams, some 2-0 teams, and do we think they're for real? And we're going to start with Washington, who I know you were down on, and I said they were going to be better. Are you ready to give Mike Shanahan and Rex Grossman some credit?
I'll give Tim Hightower some credit. I'll give Mike Shanahan some credit. Rex Grossman is a variable still. I found out this week.
But there's only like 4 quarterbacks in the National Football League who you can say are pretty much guarantees. It has Rex proven that, hey, I'm better than what you thought I was.
I think he's had, when he was with Chicago, he had 3-game streaks. He had 3-game back. Look, is he better than I thought he was? Yes. He is better than I thought he was. Has he showed me consistency? No. We'll see against Dallas.
Look, I know Rex Grossman has improved simply because the picks he threw in last week's Arizona game in Chicago, he would not have overcome them. The day would have continued to spiral out of control. Last week, he threw the picks. You can argue whether they were his fault or not, and he got back in the game. He started making plays. Old Rex wouldn't have done that. You have to give him that.
I like Arizona. Arizona, I love you. It's Arizona. They give you opportunities to get back. That's what this defense right now they changed up. I'll see this week. That's all I'm saying. Rex,
well, okay, let's put it out there. Dallas's defense isn't great, so if he beats Dallas, then next week you're going to be like, well, it was just Dallas. When does Rex Grossman and the Washington Redskins begin to get credit?
Week 3, you beat Dallas. I'll see.
I'm going to hold you to that. Our next 2-0 team we're going to talk about is Buffalo. Now, I know you're high on Fitzpatrick. What do you think of Buffalo?
I'm liking Buffalo right now. Fitzpatrick is earning his contract. He is overcoming when he throws a pick. He is coming back. That Oakland game was back and forth, back and forth. He showed perseverance, and he came in.
So wait, let's stop. You're going to say that he gets credit for carving up Oakland's defense, but you're not going to give Rex credit for making plays on the Cardinals' defense. I love your objectivity.
It's because Ryan Fitzpatrick went to Harvard. He has his mind. No, honestly, Ryan Fitzpatrick, to me, I think New England's going to win, but how you play this game is going to show, do you deserve that new contract?
Look, the question is the 2-0 team for real? They got New England, and then 2 weeks from now, they have Cincinnati, and the week after that, they have the Giants. After that, we can really see who they are, because they could lose all of those games, and then they're back to being regular old Buffalo. Is Ryan Fitzpatrick good enough to take them through those 3 games and maybe come out 2-1 in those 3 games?
I see them losing against New England, perfectly 2-1.
We'll see. The next team we're going to talk about is the Detroit Lions. Is Detroit for real? I got people now picking them as the hot Super Bowl pick out of the NFC. Where are you at?
I ain't saying that. Look, I ain't saying that. Is Detroit? I felt this way last season. Matt Stafford, as long as he's healthy, Detroit is a good team. You have a guy that can throw the long ball to Calvin Johnson. You have a guy who's throwing off to Burleson. I see them doing good. Javid Best is not an every down back, but the good thing, he's like a Reggie Bush. He can catch the pass. He get open on the slides. I see this team advancing. I can't say playoff. If they make the playoffs, to me, it's going to be a wild card slot. I think they're a legit team as long as Matt Stafford's happy.
Pump your brakes. Look, real quick. No disrespect to Detroit. You are better than what you have been. However, at some point, that offensive line is going to get exposed. Matthew Stafford is making plays in spite of his line, not because of his line. Last week in the blowout to Kansas City, Tamba Ali had a field day against that left tackle. But Matthew Stafford, give him credit, rolled out, made plays. All I'm telling you is that this week they see Jared Allen. Jared Allen, he better show up. Then they see Dallas and DeMarcus Ware. Then they see Chicago and Pepper. This offensive line better hold up or he'll be on injured reserve again. And they still haven't fixed their cornerback problem. So I like Detroit. I'm just not ready to say Detroit is close to a wild card team.
Stafford better than Rex, right? Healthy Stafford's better than Rex, right? I take injured Stafford over Rex, too. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll give you this. Matthew Stafford has more God-given talent than Rex Grossman. But if you're going to give me one game to win, and I have those two quarterbacks, I'm going to go with the experience of Rex Grossman because at least he's been there. Matthew Stafford, if they are going to be good, is headed to territory he's never been in before. True or false?
That is true.
Okay,
That is
Grossman's been there, and he knows what the pressure is. We haven't seen Stafford under real pressure yet, so everybody just pump your brakes with Detroit. The next team we want to talk about is the Houston Texans. Are Matt Schaub and Gary Kubiak finally for real?
I'm not sold yet. Now, as far as Indy's out of the picture, I see them taking the division right now. I mean, Indy's gone. But right now, with this division, we can sit here and say 9-7 is going to get you winning the division.
I agree with that. They're in the playoff picture by default. If they get in the playoffs, they won't do anything. But these next couple of weeks are going to tell you something. They have New Orleans coming, they have Pittsburgh coming, then they play Oakland, and then they see Baltimore. Those 4 games are going to tell you who the Texans are. And to me, they might lose 3 or 4.
I'm sorry, I didn't see the schedule. I'm sorry, Houston is not ready. Houston. Who else in that division? We got.
People aren't seeing it yet, but that division winner may be 8-8, 9-7. You're right about that. But Houston should get in by default.
Default. Ask Seattle. It gets you in sometimes.
Hey, once you get in, anything can happen. Stick around for our next segment. It's what you've been waiting for, the picks.